Well, what is going on, everybody, on this Friday night? Yes, it is your boy, Pat Bernard, After Dark, you know. And I was waiting for the big mouth to finally zip it. Just Al can talk. Blah, 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 blah. Man, once you get that motor started, Al Safiri, does it's a rap sports coming with a muzzle. Jeez, no, that's my guy. He does a great job covering Philadelphia sports. Obviously, did a great job with the Phillies post game show tonight. Not the result that we wanted for the Phillies. Not the result. Now they've dropped two games back to back, and I'm worried with the Phillies. Very worried. I was just listening to Al talk. I was listening to talking, and by the way, everyone, thanks for chiming in again. Subscribe to It's a Rap Sports. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. There's a lot of issues going on, and I know what people are going to take me as the flip flopper here. But look at this Phillies team. Bryson Stott struggled tonight, 0 for 4. Your leadoff guy, by the way. Kepler, 0 for 3. Remuto continues to struggle, 0 and 3. Nick Castellanos came up with a home run late in the game, but that was garbage time. Everybody knew about it. Alec Bohm, 0 for 4. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber was your only bright spot in tonight's game with two doubles. What's going on, my guy? What's going on? And for everyone, I am on the It's a Rap Sports Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and now I am on my TikTok. So if you're chiming in, I'm talking Philly sports here. I'm talking about the Phillies to lead off the show because there are, like I said, I'm not going to overreact. Right, this is two games, two ugly losses, two really ugly losses where the offense has gotten really cold. Right, and the starting pitching, Taiwan Walker going through a rough patch, giving up 3 runs or giving up 3 hits early in the early going, gave up 2 runs. Tanner Banks comes in, and this was a Christian Yelich night tonight. This was a Christian Yelich night. What's up, Joey? How are you, buddy? Like, Christian Yelich thumped this bullpen. Thumped them. It was bad. It's again, we're at the point with this. Like I said, Tanner Banks comes in and gets waffled. You know, the excuse X factor of, hey, listen, we were paying, you were in Oakland, the amount is it wasn't satisfying, whatever, um, and all that stuff. I get it, but there's no excuses anymore. Like, Jordan Romano has been your best pitcher in the bullpen, coming out of the bullpen. I think I saw just a crazy stat. Like, in the last 7 games, he has 13 Ks. Gave out some few hits. I mean, where is a bright spot? Where is the bright spot for this team? And I know I'm a little aggravated with the loss. The offense got cold, which they did. But you can't be playing like this. You can't be playing bad baseball. See, and this is one of the things I worried about with this baseball team. You got to the top of the mountain. Now you're starting to cool off a little bit. I know it's only 2 games. I know I'm not going to go crazy. But still, however, it's lots. The offense has gotten cold, cold. Like, JT Remuto still going after first pitches, not playing fundamental baseball. Bryson Stott swinging at things in the ground. Why? Why? Why are you in the leadoff position? It should be just Trey Turner now. Joe House says Harper could be back tomorrow. He was working out before the game. Yeah, well, listen, they're going to need Bryce Harper back up in the lineup, Joe. They're going to need him. They're going to need Bryce Harper back ASAP. You need some pop, and they don't have it right now. Other than Schwarber on a consistent basis, where's the pop at? My man Dave Yarnell. What's up, dog? He says, what are we rapping about tonight, Pat? Well, you know, Dave, here on my menu, I got the Phillies. I'm going to talk about the Tyson Forster contract extension he just got from the Philadelphia Flyers. I'm going to talk some Water Dogs. I'm going to talk some Water Dogs. Appreciate all the likes coming in on TikTok. Definitely appreciate that. Thanks, Gavin. Up to 100 likes right there on TikTok. So, again, but I think people have failed to realize like the Brewers are cooking right now. This is their fifth straight win, and they're hungry. Like I said, Christian Yelich tonight thumped that bullpen. Tanner Banks, he gave a free souvenir to the left side of the field, or the right side rather. And then Mr. Hernandez, he took his ball and sent him second deck. So the pitching put you in a hole, and your offense wasn't good enough to get you out of it. But let's not play like this hasn't happened last year. The Phillies team was hot up until about this point, a little further in, up until mid-June, where the bats start to get sloppy. And I hope things don't redeem themselves. And like I said, I'm not going to get crazy about it. It's only 2 games. But still, you guys, you can't be getting cold. Like the whole lineup pretty much got cold. Like I said, Castellanos coming up with a garbage time home run, and Shorter with 2 doubles. Like Stock going 0 for 3. JT Remuto swing another guy, another one swings at a very over aggressive 0 for 3. Now, if you're looking for a bright spot, if you care, Reese Hoskins went 3 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. Dave Yarnell says Harper hasn't swung a bat yet. He's not coming anytime soon. Wow. Wow. Joe Hal's asking me from Facebook. He's asking me, "What's your thoughts on Andrew Painter's start yesterday?" Look, very route. He did a good job. And Ricky says he's watching. Thank you, Ricky. Thanks for watching. Um, Andrew Painter just getting his feet wet. I like it. I like it. Look great. But like I said, I'm not going to get my hands up in arms like everyone thought I would probably come on here and going crazy because the Phillies lost. And look, it's not good that their offense got cold for the last 2 games. I don't know if the clock struck midnight. I'm not going to give it that much of a leash. But like I said, Romano has been decent out of the bullpen. Really good. You want to talk about making Al Safir eat socks? That guy's chewing on that sock because Mr. Romano has turned things around. But you got to remember too, though, like the Phillies are dealing with a lot right now. You got Bryce Harper's injury. You got whatever's going on with Aaron Nola and the quote unquote injury he has. There's a lot going on in the Jose Alvarado thing that's going on. I mean, there's a lot going on with this team. Thank you, Al. He goes, Al's checking in, and he goes, chewing your own socks, nerd. Well, Al, let me tell you, I already done that vin there, pal. Sometimes it tastes good, and others, no, I'm kidding. But anyway, and again, I appreciate everyone giving me some likes here on Facebook, on TikTok. Appreciate the likes coming in. But again, how is this Phillies team going to get back on the into the win column? How? When even their best pitcher, yes, last night got dinged up. Their best pitcher got dinged up last night. And that kind of, and like I said, I'm not worried about Wheeler. Wheeler's Wheeler. Zach Wheeler can wheel and deal. But again, looking at Taiwan Walker's numbers tonight, gave up 7 hits. Yes, he had 6 Ks today, but he had 4 runs. And the bullpen that came in behind him did not help his situation. Did not help it. And Christian Yelich was like a shark that could smell blood in the water. He was reading pitches that he wanted, and he was delivering free souvenirs to the Phillies fans. That's crazy. It's like I said, it's a lot to take in right now. I don't think Philly fans are worried. I don't think it's even raising an eyebrow yet, to be honest. These are just concerns that obviously this kind of loss was like, I'm not gonna say it was a scheduled loss, but you had kind of expected, right? Ty Walker getting kind of back into the starting rotation, right? You had expect he was going to hit a rough patch at some point during this game. Unfortunately, hit it early. It wasn't like the third or fourth inning. You had expected. He still delivers some nice curveballs. He still could deliver, and he was trying to paint the bottom of the strike zone. But unfortunately, he was just getting caught. Ricky saying, "What time is it tomorrow?" Right after Phillies game, there, bud. Catch a live show. Reminder that the Brewers are 2 games over 500. Relax. Well, that's what I said, Al. Um, they're on their fifth straight win. They're playing good baseball. They're starting to heat up. They're not, they're not a bottom feeder. What we've been playing for the last week and a half, and I think that this Phillies team kind of got used to beat up teams that the minor league teams like the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Oakland A's, the Colorado Rockies, and they got to come to the realization. You just got done, winning a series against the Braves. They've won, I think, like 12 or 13 series now. But this is not a good way to start the series, and hopefully they can cool off the Brewers tomorrow. And I got you for the post game as well tomorrow. You're back. Yes, I am, Ricky. Ryan, I am back. Yeah, okay. All right, appreciate it. Not going to repeat myself after running it all up to Al on his show. Hey, listen, I appreciate you hanging out with Al. I'll take Al's a good dude. He's my guy. Appreciate it. But yeah, again, when you look at this Phillies team, when you look at this Phillies team, and you got to think of what they're going through right now. Like I said, the Brewers are playing good baseball. They've won 5 straight games. They've won 5 straight. You have to you have to put that into an X factor. You have to put in an X factor that Bryce Harper's not in your lineup. The team played horrible tonight. The Phillies were horrible. Again, you got nothing out of Stott, nothing out of Kepler, nothing out of Remuto. Like I don't know how isn't Remuto going to be pitching. You get himself out of the lineup soon. But again, this is Marshawn's here. You know what I'm saying? Ricky Matt will be back Sunday night at 10 o'clock. And like I said, it kind of wears me some. It does kind of worry me some because now we are, I think sometime next week or so. I mean, Mets are going to be on, or Mets are due to face us, in June. So the upper echelon, the top seeded teams are coming. Joe House says, "Can we talk Eagles real quick? They traded a bum." Yeah, I heard. I heard that they got rid of a bum there, Joe. But I'm gonna try and save that for a little. Save that for Sunday with Mike Laro because I want to try to spike up his blood pressure. I'm gonna try to save that segment. But I do want to get into the Flyers making a little off season moves. The Philadelphia Flyers making a little couple off season moves already, and I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But again, so I got to ask my friends on TikTok, maybe to social media world, where are you with the Phillies? I'm not saying look, push the fire alarm. I'm not telling you to sound it off. I'm not telling you to go crazy. It's 2 games. It's 2 bad losses. I will. I'll repeat that, Ricky. I will let him know that you will talk to him on Sunday. Thank you, buddy. Um. So, like I said, I know I asked the question last week, or we can we start putting the Philadelphia Phillies in the conversation, and I called Al talking about it at the end of at the end of the fight finals. Look, I still have the Phillies making a run with this team. Like I didn't think this team would be any good, to be honest with you. I mean, really, there's only been two moves that they made with it, right? Kepler and Lazardo. That was it. That's like their only. And, they moved on from Jeff Hoffman. Romano's starting to catch fire. Okay, but other than that, I mean, it's the same baseball team. It's the same club. I think this team's going to make a run. I really do. Now, listen, I know. Look, it's the end of May. There's plenty of baseball to go. Plenty of baseball to go. But I still think the Phillies can make a run. As a matter of fact, I think Dave Dombrowski will make a move at the deadline, at the trade deadline. I think he makes a big, big move. He's got to. He's gonna, you're gonna wind up shopping off the Colorado Rockies, the Pittsburgh Pirates. Go shopping there. Go shopping off the Reds, the Oakland A's. Start picking off those teams. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. Joe House says, I think the Phillies need a bat and a bullpen piece. Same. Um, I'm at the point now, Joe. I know it sounds crazy but again, put when Nola gets back, you're gonna send Walker right back to the bullpen. I mean, make Abel's making magic happen down there in AAA. He needs to be he needs to be somewhere in the rotation. He's got a great arm. but we definitely need it in a bat. I agree with you, Joe. We need a bat bad. Like the bottom part of this lineup is going to only hurt you when it gets down to the Marshes of the world. And if Remuto's still not producing, like I get it, we seen it work wonders with a lot of past foreign fielders. It just worked wonders for Alec Bohm, right? You put him in that eighth hole, you know that there's a spot where there's no pressure. He played better, got his head all right, and came out swinging for the fences. Now he's been more of your consistent hitters. But tonight was pretty bad. I saw in one of his swings, matter of fact, it was probably that ninth inning, where he just looked like he didn't care. Like he just wanted to get the inning over. Like the ball was low inside and he swung it like it was a golf club. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. Joe Hale saying, if you had to choose between Abel or Painter and why, I would go Abel. I like his stuff. I need a little bit more of a. I need to see a little bit more from Painter, but uh, Abel wowed me on day one, and I would like to have that arm more of a consistent basis. But yeah, and that's like I said, that's another thing too, right? To kind of find out where this team's at and how good are they, right? Because we've seen it. Yes, they look really good against the Dodgers. We've yet to see them against the Padres this year. They look good against the Cubbies, who Cubbies are right now, who are sitting right behind us in the entirety NL picture. So yeah, I have to give this team credit, but it's like I said, you're playing against right now. Currently, the Brewers are a better team. Not, but they're hot right now. Okay, we got to slow it down. Got to figure out how to slow it. This is Toppers. This is where Toppers needs to come in and step up here. And the offense has got to do a better job scoring with guys in scoring position. Tonight was awful. I think by the seventh inning, they were already 0 for 4 with batters in scoring position. You can't do that. You just can't play that bad. So, like I said, I would continue that, but I want to get some other conversations, and I want to get into talking about the Philadelphia Flyers because they just gave Tyson Foster a 2-year deal, a contract extension worth $3 million, 3.75 to be exact. So okay, so it was one of the moves that I will agree that was to Danny Barrera. Okay, I'll take this move. I'll take it. But again, and I hope and pray the Philadelphia Flyers draft heavy, draft heavy on a defenseman or a goalie. This team needs defenseman and goalie, and it's like soon as they see a forward that's hot, they go right after him. They're not even going after the position of need. And it's like it hurts. It hurts me watching, and I'm looking to catch 22 because I'm really enjoying the NBA and NHL playoffs. But at the same time, I look within the mirror and asking, when are the Flyers and Sixers going to be there? Like, I Flyer fans are just all the same. They give everybody who wore the Flyers jersey a long leash. A long leash. And I don't understand why. Why don't you hold the Danny Barreras to a tighter leash? Because he's going to keep on feeding the flyer sheep the same information. We're 2 3 years window. We're 2 3 years. I've been hearing this 2 3 year windows for the past 10 years, and I'm tired of hearing about it. And Darryl Morley, like, how's the 76ers team going to turn around? If you plan on running with Paul George, Joel Embiid, like, the Joel Embiid story is over, and I hate to say it. I am a Joel Embiid guy. But the story for Joel Embiid is over. He's not. Doesn't matter. You could get the best doctor in the world to come try to fix that leg. He's not going to be the same player he was. He's just not. So what happens is when you block out Joel Embiid, all defenders have to do is shut down Tyrese Maxey. And then what's plan B for the 76ers? They don't have a plan B. They don't get it. They haven't looked around the NBA league. It's nothing but young squads out there. It's nothing but young squads. Joe Howe's checking in. He's saying that I think the Philadelphia Flyers need a center also. Joe, this is where I kind of disagree. I think they're okay. You know what? I mean, really, other than Sean Couturier, I can move on. Move on. He goes, I love the hiring of Rick Tocchet. I don't. I don't like Rick Tocchet. I don't want. It's not against the guy. I don't want another ex Philadelphia Flyer in here. I don't. I don't want to see another ex Philadelphia Flyers in the Philadelphia Flyers, or yeah, in the Philadelphia Flyers bench. I don't. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. I'm out. He's only been in the playoffs twice as a head coach. Twice. Like, and Danny Barrere's message was that he loved Rick Tocchet because he took a Colorado Rockies, or Colorado Rockies, excuse me, an Arizona Coyotes team. On paper, they were supposed to have a losing record, and he took them to the playoffs. So that's why he got the job. I just don't get it. I don't get the rationale thinking of this. I don't even see where it's a win, to be honest. Where is this a win? Or the Philadelphia Flyers just keep on buying themselves time and buying themselves time till they just throw a dart and hope it sticks. My man Dave says Flyers are known for hiring their own. You know that. Yeah, Dave, that's the problem. I pull my hair out thinking about Rick Tocchet going to be the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Why? Why? I have zero interest in that. Zero. They. Where's this a win at? And if he is going within the next 2 to 3 years, that's got to be on Danny Barrere. That's got to be on Danny Barrere for bringing him in. Like, I don't want an ex-Flyer. I'm tired of it. It's time to move on. Like I love Joel Embiid. I think, getting back to the Sixers, I love Joel Embiid. For me personally, with my own eyeballs and pupils, the best center skill wise that I've seen play the game. Skilled, not achievements, not longevity. I'm talking about pure skill. Joel Embiid was the best big man I've ever seen play the game. He can stretch the floor. He can shoot the three. The way he could run up and down the floor for a big man, I never seen that happen before. Never, never. But unfortunately, the injury bug has got the best of Joel Embiid. And if you are watching me on TikTok, give this show a like. Definitely would appreciate it. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't get, like, again, I know the Flyers made a little minor move today or the other day. I like it. I'm okay with it. I like Tyson Foster. That's an okay deal. Give him the green light for it. But I just can't wait to the draft and see what happens. Joe House checking in. He goes, I'm curious to see what the 76ers do with the third overall pick. Me too. I'm curious to know what both the Flyers and 76ers do at the draft. I'm curious to know. And I'm curious, like, I would have to imagine Daryl Morley has to look at this league and seeing the Jalen Brunsons, the Tyrese Halliburtons. Like, it's we're on to a new regime here. Like, he won, like, all last year, he collected these old names: Eric Gordon, Paul George. Yeah, I'm not going to say Quentin Grimes didn't work out. He was a pretty decent player. Jared McCain, unfortunately, went down with an injury, but he was pretty decent. My man, Rob Hefner, checking it all the way from Las Vegas, says, Al Safiri, that that's right. Baseball is a marathon. There's still a lot of season left. All right, but I'm not Al Safiri. Al Safiri checked out there, Rob. No, and look, I get it though. I get it. Baseball's a long series. I'm not getting, uh, I'm getting some. I'm sorry. I'm just checking out all these messages that are coming in. So I'm going to get back to you, Rob Hefner. First of all, yeah, it's a long baseball season. Don't give your hopes. Like I said, they could bounce back. It's only 2 losses. Just the Brewers are playing better baseball right now. We got one coming from Miles on TikTok. He says, "What do you think about Jason Dimer?" I imagine he's talking about Tatum. Um, do you think Jason Dimer had a good season? I gotta see if he's talking about this. I don't know if he's talking about Tatum, but anyway, back over to Dave Yarnell. He goes, the problem with the Flyers that has been the same thing every year. It's the goaltending. No, yes and no, because they were hoping for Dave that Sam Harrison was going to be the guy dealing with all this stuff that they had from last year with with Carter Hart. With all this, with that situation went down with Carter Hart, I thought they were going to be able to move on from this. And they probably thought Sam Harrison was going to be the guy. He was going to be the guy, not like a 1-1A kind of goaltending. And came back to snake bite him. It came back to snake bite him. And then they try and roll out Ivan Fedotov and Alexei Kozlov. But two young puppies. Two very young puppies there. Joe House checking is, who do you want to win the Stanley Cup? Joe, it's It's funny you ask that, right? Because and that's a kind of conversation I want to have too. I will like to see Connor McDavid get the cup. He's a great player, the story and everything. But I wouldn't mind the Florida Panthers winning it because I like dynasty teams, right? I like dynasties being built. Like I'm starting to feel it with the Philadelphia Eagles, but I like dynasties, and I like to see the Florida Panthers win it just because a dynasty. And again, it's like it's Connor McDavid's story now to finally get a ring, and can he get the job done, losing or try to beat the team that he lost to last year? That's the big problem. He's got to have to try and do that. He's got to have to try and put things away. Um, and see, I'm hoping for Connor McDavid, but like I said, I won't mind the Florida Panthers, and that's kind of like my whole thing, right? Again, enjoying the dynasties, the dynasty run, right? Uh, go to lacrosse, go to the NLL, the Buffalo Bandits. Just three-peat it, just three-peat it. Being the Saskatchewan Rush, like that's incredible. Like the dynasties are starting to be built. Philadelphia Eagles are always there in the thick of things. They just got their second ring in two rings in 10 years. I would never thought I was going to see a Super Bowl and Super Bowl parade come through this town, but hey, it's worked out. It's worked out. Now, I do want to talk. Speaking of lacrosse, we do have the Philadelphia Water Dogs coming up here. So again, gives you another avenue as if you're a Philadelphian, right? You got the Phillies playing really good baseball. You have the Philadelphia Union playing some good soccer right now, but you have the Philadelphia Water Dogs. And the Water Dogs were not a great team last year. Matter of fact, they stunk. They were 2-8 last year. 2-8. But they are looking to turn things around. And I'm curious to know if you are a Water Dogs fan, do you think the Water Dogs can turn things around? Michael Sowers, local product out of Philadelphia. Grew up in the Willow Grove area. Karen McCardle. I mean, they were the workhorses of that Water Dogs team last year. Yeah, Mike Sowers last year with 37 points, 18 goals, 19 assists. McCardle that he had 34 points, 27 goals, 12 assists. But they added a couple pieces. Zed Williams. Zed Williams from the Maryland Whipsnakes. 31 points, 26 goals, one, as they would call, I guess, a three-pointer, and had 3 assists. He was a 2020 MVP. So I like it. I like some of the moves that the Philadelphia Water Dogs are making. They went out for Jack DeBenero, who is a defenseman. So the Philadelphia Water Dogs made some moves. Again, I'm talking with some Water Dogs, talking Phillies, talking Sixers, talking it all here tonight. With it's a wrap with me, your boy Pat Bernard. But yeah, I want to know, or is anyone curious for the Water Dogs? Because it's going to be a good time. Like I said, made a couple minor moves. And it doesn't take much to turn around a franchise. I mean, last year, the War Dogs, unfortunately, were the sitting at the bottom of the basement. Oh, my man Muffler Mike. Staying up very late. He goes, the 76ers and Flyers upcoming picks are great, but before you get to that, there is one pick that made Bill Tierney that needs to be discussed. And what's that? What is the one move that Bill Tierney needs to discuss? Yeah, Dave, Joe Howe, I agree with you here. He goes, I can see the Oilers winning the Stanley Cup because they got a good penalty kill and great goaltending. Yeah, that was their issue. That was their issue for a while. The penalty, the penalty was horrible. Up to 153 likes here on TikTok. Keep it up, everyone. Um, yeah. So Muffler Mike, now that you're joining me, I'm glad you are. I know you're a good lacrosse guy. The Philadelphia Water Dogs get things rocking and rolling down in North Carolina, down in Charlotte in 2 weeks. They're not. They got a bye on opening weekend, which is I find a little odd, but hey, it is the PLL after all. But yeah, curious to know if people one are excited to check out the Philadelphia Water Dogs, and two, where do you see this team mapping out to be? Are they going to be a contender? Are they going to be a playoff contender? Will they make it to the playoffs? Because last year they had like on paper they were supposed to be make it to the playoffs, and sorry, sorry, unfortunately they didn't make it. But yeah, I'm expecting big things out of this Water Dogs team this year, this summer. I'm hoping for big things to happen with the Water Dogs team. Joe Howe's asking, he's like, where do the Philadelphia Water Dogs play their home games at? Well, Joe, right now it's a hub. They're just moving around hub cities. So and I want to say Father's Day weekend, they should be playing at Villanova's base park, their football field. That's where they usually play their home games. And I think they'll have two that weekend since they got to make up for the bye. Oh yeah, right. Muffler Mike's checking in. Goes, my man, oh yeah, from Connecticut. He goes, CJ Kears, taken first overall in the PLL draft by the Water Dogs, just won an NCAA title with Cornell, right, and also broke the school scoring record previously held by a Hall of Famer and former wing Mike French. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. You know, the Philadelphia Water Dogs, man. Yeah, that's it. I'm curious to see how that plays out. CJ Curse, this is going to be my first time really to invest and see what he does on a weekly basis there, Mike. Curious to see how his game's going to play. Again, I heard the accolades of him being. He really didn't provide much in the game against Penn State. Matter of fact, he didn't provide anything at all, but everyone else on that team could score. Everyone else could, score on that team. But anyway, I want to ask the fans, where are you? How do you feel? Are you excited? We could be having three teams to actually talk about. The Water Dogs, fell apart. There's nothing to it. But knowing that we have a Phillies team, we have a soccer team, and now possibly having a lacrosse team that kind of turn things around. Hopefully, to turn things around. Because I'm curious to see how this team. And speaking of, this team opens up in 2 weeks against Maryland, June 7th, to take on the Maryland Whip Snakes. And they got to be ready. They got to be ready to rock and roll. Muffler Mike says the Water Dogs have two games in Philadelphia Friday, June. Oh, it's a Friday 13th at 6 p.m. and then said the following day at Villanova Field. Right, both of them at Villanova Field. Yeah, Villanova's a good stadium too. It's nice. It's huge. It's about a half hour from me, Mike. right down 476, right down the highway. Easy to get to, convenient. But yeah, I would like to check out the Water Dogs. I love if I can't credentially cover them. I definitely like to check them out, see what they got going on down there. I might have to do that. That might be my Father's Day gift to go check out some lacrosse. But no, um, like I said, they're looking to turn things around. I'm trying to get this big story is how they going to turn their franchise around. Mike, do you believe that the Philadelphia Water Dogs could turn around their franchise? Because they need it. Last year, like I said, bottom of the barrel, Mike. 2-8, not good. And I hope this Michael Sowers kid won't be overrated. So we'll see what happens there. He goes, Muffler Mike's checking in again. He goes, Zed Williams may or may not play this season. He's recovering from a major injury he suffered with Colorado early in the NLL season. Oh, oh, well, hopefully he can make it. Uh, that sucks, Mike. That sucks. Man, that stinks. But anyway, we'll see what the Water Dogs can do. Again, 2 weeks. No, where are you, Mike, with the water snakes? Because I'm not worried about the water snakes. I think the Philadelphia Water Dogs are going to open up to a win. I don't think they're going to 0-1. I think they're going to go 1-0. So we'll see what happens there. But look, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this team's going to be able to put together. I think they're going to be really, really good and fun to watch. But we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. And again, I'm going to try and get a little closer to it. A little, we'll talk a little bit about some more. Oh, that's right too. Real fast, he goes. They will turn it around. The offense has more weapons. The defense is a stout. Dylan Ward, Matt DeLucia will bounce back in the net. Yeah, yeah. Um, you do have a great goalie combo there. Hopefully, you get Zed Williams. Who's the kid they just picked up? Jack De, Jack Benito, if I'm saying that correctly, from Utah. Mike just got him from Utah. Really, really sounded defenseman they got. And then, like I said, hopefully we'll get some Zed Williams if he can make it. But anyway, I want to thank everyone who's checked in with me. Definitely appreciate it. This is the It's a Wrap Sports Network. Hit like, subscribe. It's all free. Doesn't cost you anything. Check us out. Me, Mike, Al, Matty B, Steve. We're hustling and doing things over here. He goes, I'll have a better look at the Whip Snakes tomorrow when they play Atlas. Yeah, that's right. New York out. Yeah, that will give us a little of a tale to take. What to expect from the Whip Snakes and so forth, because they were actually somewhat decent last year too. But again, guys, here goes a look at all of our shows. Again, guys, this is the Wraparound with me, Pat Bernard, every Friday at 10:30. Then you have me on Sunday mornings as well. You have me Sundays mornings as well with Mike Laro. Your Sundays will never be the same again because yes, PM and AM are back. If you're looking for smart Philadelphia sports conversation, well, you came to the wrong place because Pat and Mike, we're like Pinky and the Brain. Mike's obviously the brain, and I'm Pinky. But yeah, go check us out. We have a lot going on here. And of course, you can check me out Thursdays right here on the Attacking Third. Me and my man Steve Netes breaking down everything Philadelphia Union. And of course, you got the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, the man who doesn't ever goes to sleep. My man Matty B. He does a great job covering Philadelphia sports Sundays through Thursdays. Does a heck of a job, man. That's my guy, my Northeast Philly comrade. And again, guys, if you don't know, here it is. I'm with you tomorrow after the Phillies game. So you got me, and then of course Sunday you have Mike Laro doing the Phillies post game as well. So guys, before I get out of here, let me go over a couple quick things. Uh, Let me get back to the comments before I rock out of here. Oh, hold up. What's going on here? My man Joe Hal, first of all, goes, what's your TikTok? I'll link to follow you. Give me his follow on Pat Bernard, Pat Bernard 412. Hit me up there, Joe. My man, Freddie the Fireman Burns. What's up, buddy? He goes, yo, Pat, what's up, dude? yes, yes. Pinky in the brain. Pinky in the brain there, Freddie Burns. Yes. That's where me and Mike have dropped to as far as IQ. Except for mine, dropped down the pinky level though. So, but anyway, listen, this has been a great show. I definitely appreciate you guys for staying up late with me on a Friday night. I got actually be in bed. I got to get up in about 3 to 4 hours. I got work to do. But anyway, this has been a great. Again, catch me tomorrow, fighting finals right here on the It's a Wrap Sports. Again, you catch me here Fridays, 10 o'clock, 10:30. I don't go anywhere. Um, Thank you so much, Joe. Definitely appreciate the love, bro. Right back at you. Um, I'm not going anywhere. This has been a great show, great night. Um, this is like hanging with Pat Bernard after dark, which can be a little weird but a lot of fun. So, but anyway, thank you everyone out there. Stay tuned. We have me tomorrow. I got you covered for the Phillies post game show. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna get ready to log out of here. So, guys, again, follow It's a Rough Sports. It's all free. See you later.